So today is a sign-making party. Anyone who comes through our doors will find all kinds of things that they can use to make their own sign, and the signs that we're making are all in preparation for tomorrow's No Kings protest in downtown Akron. There are positive things taking place all over, and it's very easy to forget that.
One of the most important tactics for an authoritarian regime is to divide people. We have a pretty strong coalition here in Akron. It's easy to dismiss it and say, oh, it's just performative, it's superficial. It's like, come down here, have a conversation with some people, talk to them about why they're here. Every mass No Kings mobilization has grown, both locally and nationally. During this most recent No Kings event, here in Akron, the energy was high. Indivisible exists to protect democracy. It is to fight authoritarianism in a peaceful, meaningful, mindful, educational way. The Trump regime poses a threat to our democracy. So for our last No Kings, the goal of that is to be the biggest peaceful demonstration throughout the country, and it's even gone outside of our borders. One of the most important tactics for an authoritarian regime is to divide people based on ideologies, race, class, whatever they can, because when we're in silos, we're weaker.
Our society does not belong to greedy billionaires. It belongs to us. It belongs to the working class.
Indivisible asked us if we would be interested in co-sponsoring, and we absolutely wanted to. We want people to come and meet us. Even if you don't necessarily agree with our politics, we can work together on issues.
Here in Akron, we had 14 partners, so there were 15 groups that were involved with No Kings 3 here in Akron. We've never done that before. And if they didn't find a home with Indivisible Akron, they would find a home with some place where they saw themselves and they felt comfortable and they felt like there was a shared ideology there.
We don't represent either party. Our goal is to invigorate and activate our veterans, especially the ones in my generation, post 9/11, to remember their oath. We want to protest what this administration is doing in this backsliding of democracy that we have going on.
The League of Women Voters is 106 years old, and it focuses on educating and motivating voters and protecting the right to vote.
We are really nonpartisan, but we are in a constitutional crisis. So we were all invited to join in with Indivisible.
Our main function is finding Democratic candidates that we can support. We do try to make it easier for people to get involved. Elections are the heart of democracy, and if we are going to continue to have a democracy in this country, we need for people to get out and participate in that democracy.
We are a direct action organization. We educate, we empower, we activate, and we turn out. We help the people develop their voice.
We do a really good job of providing information about what's happening in the area and getting people connected. You just have to do something. Whatever it is, do something.
I joined DSA because that's kind of where my political leanings were. We're facing an unprecedented affordability crisis. People are living paycheck to paycheck. We need to do better for the working class people of this country. If you can divide people, you immediately take away a huge chunk of their power. So you sometimes just have to ignore those differences and work together for the good of your communities.
I was in special operations in the Air Force. We call it a joint environment where you work with Marines, Navy, Army, and you all have to work together and figure things out and collaborate. Everybody can't be in charge. So with our network and organization, I've seen and been encouraged by how much collaboration is going on. And I think it's the nature of the emergency situation we're in. You even have Republicans that are like, hey, I want to step in and get involved.
There's so much energy to change things for the better right now. And I think it's kind of our responsibility to seize the moment and do that.
You may have heard of protests going on, but like a lot of people wonder what they even do.
There are people that want to help, and 99.9% of the time, they're just waiting for somebody else to make that first step.
People need to understand what their tools are and how to use them. I talked to so many people at No Kings that wanted to be out there and wanted to do more, and they just weren't really sure how.
They find it starts with a need. We need safety. We need housing. We need food. Freedom to be able to cast votes about these things. And then they organize around that need.
And when you start to meet other people that are like-minded, trying to work towards a common goal, each other person is supporting the other person, and you realize that you're not alone in it.
It's really important just to talk to these people and show them all their options and all the tools they have in the tool belt.
A place where people can walk up, ask you what your organization is about. That way they can get information about who we are, what we do, and hopefully they'll decide to join us.
It's easy to dismiss it and say, oh, it's just performative, it's superficial. It's like, come down here, have a conversation with some people, talk to them about why they're here.
Just to keep the vibe and to get people to walk over closer to where they can register to vote.
I'm out here because I want people to see, not me, but us. This body is just one of all the bodies here.
Typically vote independent. I pay attention to character, the issues, and I will admit that I was hesitant to come today because it's getting exhausting, but I am so glad that I came because this is one of the biggest ones I think I've seen. It's a much more diverse group than I've seen in the past, and we're all just pretty pissed. This is insanity.
You know, I also, as you can see from my crown, I thought I'd bring a little bit of Jesus into it.
I just want to be here in solidarity for people to let them know that not all Christians feel that way. They're co-opting my faith.
I did sign up for just one of those events. I'd help however I can.
I work a lot with undocumented immigrants and with the immigrant community. I'm part of an organization that's really boots on the ground.
I'm not someone that loves to protest. Like, it was actually quite a deliberation, she knows, for me to even come. I'm more of like a quiet behind the scenes type person, and so like doing this is very much out of my comfort zone. But it's also just important for me to know that I'm doing what I can.
The only way the any administration works is by dividing and conquering the people on the ground. So we have to see through that and be intentional about working together.
There are times when I read a headline and I just think, why are we doing this? It's pointless.
Like watching the news, it's like watching a fire start at every corner of a room.
But then I'll see something that is a win. And I see small local districts flipping. I see voters rejecting MAGA ideologies.
People are joining different organizations in much larger numbers than they had a few years ago.
Every time there is a protest, I see more people. And it's not just like young student movements anymore.
We're getting members every week now, and I think it's because of the situation.
The community has declined in America over time. And I think when you get involved in this, you build community again. And I think it's starting to snowball. And I think we're going to see a resurgence of community development and community involvement. That's my hope.
Start by just looking at your local political groups. Find a low barrier to entry event and see if you jive with the group. If you don't agree with them, go to another one.
It's just really life enhancing how we are all in this together, and the humor and the resilience of people just give me a lot of hope.
We have been groomed in this country to look to others for change. But the greatest change is you. You can be the change that you're looking for.
If you want to get involved, ask yourself what matters to you. Check out the link on this post for some ideas on organizations to connect with. Find an event near you that aims toward your interests. Who knows, maybe you'll find your people.